is Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the reigning AFC champs and the Bears, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Tennessee Titans and the Chicago Bears. First carry now for David Montgomery, and he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Jeffrey Simmons in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Now a first carry for their fullback. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Call it no gain there. They've got a ways to go now on third down. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough. Here comes the Bears punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. Now a first down throw, Watson. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. He was locked in. 2 trips to the end zone, Charles, over 100 yards receiving.
How about the combination of route running, confidence going downfield, and the ability to go up and get the football? You're exactly right. It was hard for them to stop him.
And that throw behind his man, he missed it, incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So a nice run right there, and worth mentioning their usual starting running back out this week. The hope is it's just a short-term absence, but this is where it pays, Charles, to have a quality reserve that you can turn to when you need it.
And to me, they definitely have that, because this is a guy who's more than capable of picking up the slack. And he's likely going to see a big share of carries as this one progresses. And how many times do we see running backs jump into the breach and have big games?
Watson on first down. Flushed out right. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. No return here for Richard, and that will bring the ball out to the 25-yard line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. 4-4, their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately, to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
On second down, Montgomery. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The official's letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Titans are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Watson's throw into the hands of Pitts here. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. From the 25 on second down, Watson forced out to his left. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson rolling to his left. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the other side of the field. That's caught at the 1. Touchdown, Titans. But hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh no! And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it ends with a Tennessee score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. No return here for Richard, and that will bring the ball out to the 25-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. After the interception, here's Watson. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%. and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. And just one tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter. A first down carry for Henry. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Kyle Pitts, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. Now Watson. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
Gibson. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Antonio Gibson. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. No return here for Richard, and that will bring the ball out to the 25-yard line. Here comes Matthew Stafford now to lead his offense back out there. In 2nd quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. Well, you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide, because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
That's caught right side by Mims. Oh, good move. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Stafford's throw there, complete to Mooney. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well. Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's Stafford. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down. Stafford. This throw nearly intercepted. Oh, the big D lineman almost had it. But third down coming up.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync.
Touchdown! That's caught. John L. Mooney, his third touchdown. Now on the year, and the Bears get a bit closer. Point after, right down the middle, and the lead will be cut down to 14. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not great starting field position as well.
On 1st and 10, Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
He's got a man here. It's Montgomery.
Let's go.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series. And then
pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down.
We call that a
now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So we reach halftime. And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. On first down, it's Watson. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Let's go. And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he takes this all the way down to the Bears' 12-yard line. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now. And he's only carried the ball 4 times.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Once more, Gibson. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Now a throw here to his running back. And it's a Titans touchdown.
Make it happen.
Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Titans take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. No return here for Richard, and that will bring the ball out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. But when you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Titan football. So here are the Titans to take over on offense. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them, and they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. Watson off play action. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off near the 34. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield. To the 49. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. To throw is Stafford. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the...
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Harold Landry racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Titans. It's another touchdown pass for Deshaun Watson, his 5th of the afternoon.
And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
No return here for Richard, and that will bring the ball out to the 25-yard line.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just be...
And he works free. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 1st down throw. Stafford.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
We got this.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it again with Henry. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the 1st down. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll try the air now with Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Gibson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22.
But we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing now, Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Gibson. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Extra point attempt here still to come. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A 10-play drive that time. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. No return here for Richard, and that will bring the ball out to the 25-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. On 1st and 10. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 21. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Again, it's Henry. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll run with Gibson. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run.
No return here for Richard, and that will bring the ball out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. One last throw here for Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 19.
And the Titans come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel